Hi guys, welcome to another video from Advancing Car. So today we've got this T6.1 in and it's having stage 3 sound deadening and a speaker upgrade. It's having the kind of Alpine Adventure Audio 6-inch component speakers, so they're the ones that are all kind of made to measure, made to fit into the regulator panel of the car, and then the new tweeters with the little kind of die cut metal tweeter cover in the A-pillars. But as I said, he's also having stage 3 sound deadening. So we thought we'd do a bit more of an in-depth kind of look at what the sound deadening is, what it does, how we apply it and everything, what it's like when it's all done, and how it makes a difference to everything. So obviously this is going to mean that we're going to have the door card off, we're going to have to remove the regulator panel so we can get inside the door and apply our sound deadening to remove that horrible tinny sound and basically make the door a lot more solid. So let's have a little look inside the door and then we'll take you through the process as we go throughout the day. So door card's all off. This is the regulator panel. Whenever we do a speaker upgrade, we're going to have a forced option of sound deadening on this regulator panel, and that's stage 1. The reason for that is basically we need to try and make sure that the surface that the speaker is mounted to has as little resonance as possible. And that's what sound deadening does. It firms up that surface that the speaker is mounted to, so it means that as much as possible only the cone is actually moving with the speaker, because then you get the cleanest kind of reproduction of sound waves as possible. If that panel is also moving as well as the cone itself, then it means that everything is moving and nothing is clean, and that's when distortion comes in. So that's a kind of forced option with any speaker upgrade that we do. So that's going to get sound deadened, but first off we'll be removing the regulator panel so we can get inside the door and we can sound deaden as far as we can all of the inside the door to just firm everything up. Again, what that's doing is obviously sound waves don't just travel forwards, they also travel backwards. So when they're going inside the door, it stops that outer panel from resonating and again creating that distortion. Then with our door card, stage 3 is going to be the noise reducing foam, which is the kind of egg box style foam that you get in like recording studios and things like that. That's going to cover as much as we possibly can of the door card, and it's going to do a couple of things. It's going to catch all of those sound waves that are kind of bouncing around the door card, because that's how it works with all those undulations and things. It's catching as much as it can rather than just being a flat panel of foam, which still works, but in terms of catching everything and just allowing all the sound waves to go through the front of the speaker housing, that's how it works. So we'll do that, and then also what it does is it will, because of the thickness of it, 15mm it will take up any small gaps between the door card and the regulator panel. So it's going to remove that kind of airiness that you've got in there, and it'll also reduce any final rattles that we might get from various bits of cabling or anything like that, because all those gaps will have been removed. So what we'll do is we'll start taking all the door card apart. We'll get stage 2 done, because our regulator panel is stage 1, stage 2 is the outer door, stage 3 is the door card. We'll get in there, get stage 2 done, we'll show you that, talk you through that, then we'll carry on with the process and take you through step by step. Okay, so that's the inside of the door sound deadened. As you can see, we go for just kind of as much coverage as possible. I think there is some sort of rule of thumb of like a certain percentage of the panel can be sound deadened and it will do the job, but we just go with a full coverage so that everything is covered as much as we can, bar obviously the little areas where you get that kind of wax protection coating. Obviously the sound deadening is not going to stick to it. But now we've got a far more deadened sound to the door. Nothing's going to resonate. And as I was saying earlier, what that means is that now when the sound waves are coming off the back of the speaker and they're inevitably hitting all of this area here, none of this is now going to vibrate, which means it just cleans up that signal. What it also does is like a little added extra. It's not kind of what it's for, but it will reduce road noise. So the overall effect of all of this as well is it will create more of an enclosure that you're sat in, therefore you'll be able to hear the speakers clearer anyway. So with that kind of added extra of better quality speakers, the speakers working in a better environment, and then also less road noise getting in to a percentage, everything's going to be clearer and easier to hear, so therefore you'll have more detail anyway. So it all just works together and adds along the way, and it's very easy to hear about sound treatment and things and go, oh, it must be a placebo thing, they're just trying to get money, but it really does make a big difference. I've done a lot of sound treatment in my car. I've got an old Mark 1 TT, and I've kind of gone to town as much as I can in there. I'm probably even going to try and do a bit more in places because it makes such a big difference. We've also done James's Saab and things, and that whole complete setup of sound treatment of door cards, doors, inner doors and everything just helps speakers work as best they can. So moving on from there, I'm going to put the regulator panel back on. I'm going to fit the new speakers and then sound deaden this panel. And then we'll go through that, and then we'll get on with the door cards, and then we won't be far off being done. Right, so regulator panel all back on and now sound deadened. Just got last couple of bits to do with like tie the cables back into place just so they don't rattle and things like that. But as you can see, again, we go for as much of a full coverage as possible, purely to stop that panel from resonating and just make sure that the speaker is working in the best environment it can. You'll also see that this foam ring is also fitted on. This is also like a directional kind of thing, so it surrounds the outer edge of the grille that's on the door card and just keeps all of that sound firing forwards, firing straight out, rather than disappearing off and kind of rattling around inside the door card in here. So yeah, that's our stage one, if you like. So we've now done stage one, stage two in the door. Now crack on with the door card, do stage three with the foam, and then we'll go from there. Stage three done with all the 15mm noise absorber foam. So as you can see, it's got that nice egg box kind of texture to it, similar to the stuff that gets used in studios and things. What that does is it just helps to collect and catch all those rogue sound waves that bounce around between the door card and the regulator panel itself. And again, there's some more foam just around the edge of the speaker grille here, which then still just adds to that whole effect of channeling all that sound straight out of the door rather than just having it bouncing around. So obviously, as I was saying with the foam, because it's so thick, it then also just fills out those gaps and presses against the regulator panel, just also making more of a solid combination of door card and door. And you'll find that once you've had this done and you use your doors, you'll feel there's a big weight difference, and the door itself has a lot more kind of mass to it, which then, you know, as with everything, the thicker or heavier or more solid something is, the less it's going to resonate. So those speakers just aren't going to make this door vibrate at all. It's going to be brilliant, and you will notice a massive difference in the sound quality that you have. And then obviously, with all these sorts of things, audio, sound treatment, everything, world's your oyster in terms of your budget and stuff. You can go further into the van, and all you're going to do is it's going to get better. Yes, you'll reach a point of diminishing returns where you can be spending big money and you'll only notice small little changes, but initially with just doing your doors like this, especially in a vehicle like this with such big doors, you'll notice there's a big difference. And then obviously you can start chucking bigger speakers or more powerful speakers, more powerful systems, and all it's ever going to do is sound treatment. It's just going to help everything, because if you give speakers a poor environment to work in, they're not going to sound great. And the same as also just feeding them a rubbish source or poor quality music and things like that. It's all got to work together, and if you can do that and you can just stretch your budget to do these things, everything's just going to work better and sound better. So yeah, if you found this useful, let us know. Bung us a like and things. Follow our socials and things. We've got other videos we've done on T6s where we've done full sound deadening treatment and things all in the back of them. They've all been really good as well. Made a big difference to the much more open vans. This one's got a bulkhead, so it's a bit more solid anyway. But yeah, so follow us all on our socials and everything. Check out all the other videos that we've done, and any questions you've got to do with sound treatment or audio upgrades and things like that. Love doing audio upgrades. Just get in touch, drop us an email, or come down, come see us, come say hi, and yeah, we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.